Well, there's a big talk about censorship, and Elon Musk, of course, has thrown that into such a public fury that we've never seen it to this level before. It's very interesting as he's come out at least saying he's anti-censorship. We'll see how it goes in the future. Now, of course, a lot of memes have been made about him on the internet, which I was hoping was on this article, and there's really not a lot of memes on here, but there it is. Here's some of the memes that people are posting about him. And it's interesting how it's really alerted the rest of big tech and the elites and scared the heck out of them to the point where they're scrambling, trying to shut down what Elon's doing and to shut down any discussion on that level. Very interesting stuff. We'll get into that in a second. My name is John Delarose. I am a #1 best-selling fantasy and science fiction author and award-winning comic creator. I've got both on my website, so you can get my comics, you can get my books, you can get my short stories and things like that. You can also just support the channel. If you just like what I do on the channel and want to support my artistic efforts, there's a great way to do so. It's our Subscribe Star. And put it up this month. I've been putting out some good stuff for the people on there, and I appreciate everybody who's come in so far. We've been rocking it, doing better than ever before. And I really think we have a new day showing up. You know, it seems like things have been unthrottled a little bit across platforms as the SJWs are trying to hide their tracks in what's been going on here. All right. So Elon has been trolling, as he's wont to do on Twitter, quite a bit here. One of the most famous ones here was, next I'm buying Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back in. Because there's a bunch of memes going around about Elon buys this, and this is what's going to happen, and it's always something funny or triggering or whatever, and this is a pretty funny, triggering thing. And he actually tags Coca-Cola and goes, "Oh, hi." Which, I mean, when he was talking about buying Twitter the first time, it was kind of a joke, but then it kind of wasn't, so we'll see what happens. But that's what goes on here. Now, Twitter really has changed over the last 72 hours. I actually attempted to get my account unbanned, and they said no. They said, you are banned for hate speech. You are, removed from this platform. And when I appealed. So they're not just lifting the bans on everybody at this point, but they are on some people, like Tucker Carlson. The Babylon Bee got reinstated, things like that. So it seems like they're tactically moving on some accounts that were bad looks for them, like they were just pushing too hard for the left. Now, on my good friend's account, which is totally not my account, it seems like it's gotten unthrottled. It feels like I've gotten a lot of new followers. It feels like my engagement's way up. Things have changed on Twitter, and it's for the good thing. And I feel like that's a very interesting thing that's going on that front. Now, Twitter's not the only social media platform. We, of course, have YouTube that's big, Instagram that's big, Facebook that's big, TikTok, all these things. And so these companies have not all changed to get their ideologies in line with what Elon's doing. In fact, they've really done no changes on any of these platforms beyond that. But I found it very interesting when on Facebook, I actually posted a meme about Elon and his Twitter buying and then potentially buying other companies and things like that. And it got censored like this, as you can see. So here's the altered photo. It's the same altered photo that was checked in another post by independent fact checkers. Yes, they had to fact check a meme, which was obviously something that was just a joke. And this is what's going on. Did Elon Musk publish a tweet saying he was deleting Twitter? Fabricated tweet from Elon Musk circulates online after Twitter. I mean, it's like they're pushing so hard for this, quote, misinformation, which is what they do, which is obviously people making jokes, and everybody except for the most idiotic of people would understand that these are obviously jokes, and they're censoring jokes is what it comes down to. Now, this has been something that's been going down for a long time, and they've done this because there is one side in this equation that has humor, and there's another side that does not have humor. There's one side that gets completely offended by everything and anything all the time. And then there's one side that's kind of just laughing at stuff because we know it's all just ridiculous. And we know that people are insane on these platforms. So what I posted, of course, was that here, gosh, can I even pull it up? Let's see. Does Facebook let me? Here we are. Elon saying, I'm going to buy Marvel and bring back Jim Shooter as editor-in-chief. Now, I'm a comics guy, so that's why I had a meme for this. And obviously, this is fake. Disney owns Marvel. They're not selling Marvel. They're making so much money off Marvel. I don't even know that Elon could buy it. And they're obviously not going to bring Jim Shooter back as editor-in-chief from the 80s, because Jim Shooter is somebody who's like pretty old, pretty retired, and it's something that's going to be gone at this point. So that's what Elon did not tweet, and it's obvious he did not tweet that. But Facebook had to hide it. And the reason that they're hiding this stuff is because they're doubling down on their censorship. They're doubling down on memes are bad. They're doubling down on you shouldn't post funny things that are unapproved, that are about the unapproved people. And Elon has moved into that unapproved person territory camp by doing what he did in buying Twitter and, of course, triggering the left very, very hard. Now, he's continued to do so this morning. He actually posted, the far left hates everyone, themselves included. Now, he's doing things like this, and, of course, it's going to be interesting watching the reactions of this. This is very true. They're very hateful people. They're people who want to silence everybody else out there. They're people who want to just corrupt the culture to an extent that nobody can question them. And it's insane. They fake with science to make their points, which is even not even real science, because I'll trigger you guys. There are two genders, okay? There are two genders. Thank you. That's the real science. But he also says, I am no fan of the far right either. Now, what's going to happen with this is the blue check marks across Twitter, the crazy leftist nut jobs, are going to go,
look, he said the left hates everyone, but he just says he's no fan of the far right. So that's a lot less of a statement than about the far left. It's obviously he's dog whistling.
You know, I mean, they always make up wild conspiracy theories about this stuff. And that's what's going to go on here. And that's why Facebook is actually censoring memes about Elon right now, because they are panicked, because there was a monopolistic control of all social media where the right could not get any messaging out. And it influenced elections, it rigged elections, it caused major problems. And that's not going to be able to happen now. Twitter is now a spot where that throttling, that censorship is going to be called out by its owner. And it's going to change on that level. Now, you know, I don't like that he says he's not a fan of the far right, of course. I always think pulling that like both sides are the problem always just makes my eyes roll. But, you know, in some ways he does say that the far left is worse, and they are. They're the ones controlling the speech everywhere. They're the ones that are trying to censor us because they don't want the truth to get out. And we're going to keep talking, and they're going to keep shrieking. That's all I can say for that. All right, hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think about all this. Oh, I forgot one thing. Elon Musk is going to be summoned to Congress, they're saying, possibly to testify. Like, why? It's Democrats going crazy. Anyway, I'll be back soon, and I appreciate you guys watching the show. See ya.